You're going to piss off a lot of people when you start standing up for yourself and doing what's the best for you. And that's exactly what I'm doing since 2015. Denying me the truth is what people have done. You see right here what I'm doing a voiceover for. You see this? This is my studies at Enmore Design Centre in 2009. So I'll repeat myself again. There was a lot of defamation towards me going on since even 2009 that I found out more about in 2015. Now, I didn't see anyone having my back, and of course they're not. But these people are really pissed off and lied about me to the point of even going, oh, he had a breakdown, a psychotic breakdown because he's moving to America. No, I'm moving to America because I've had a green card since 2014 after going through the process that I started my application in 2011. Yeah. I had people like, oh, wait, let me bring up, actually, I'm going to bring this up, and I have to. So my hairdresser who doesn't know me, okay, let's just make this clear. My hairdresser I met in late 2013, I went there for a haircut and treatment. This is not being negative towards her, it's stating a fact, so people can deal with it. If you don't want me to state a fact about you, don't involve yourself in my life. A great example is my hairdresser, Belinda Jeffries, comes into my apartment, sees the soda bottles, antique soda bottles that I've had since a teenager that came from the house in Leichhardt, in my grandmother's house, 43 Piper Street, Leichhardt. Uncle Fred, my great uncle Fred, Leo Patrick Sayer, gave them to me. One of them's chrome, the other one's like a brassy gold color. She goes, oh, Juzzy, you copied me. I remember that so clearly, thinking, again, I bit my tongue with the back of my teeth and gave her a fake smile and thought, she really is a fuckwit, isn't she? She said the same thing about my car that I had well before I'd ever met this person. She really is got some issues. And she did. She said that. I was just going, and did the whole ignore, she's got issues. Maybe she's stoned or shoved too much coke up her nose, so just ignore it. She could be drunk. I've never seen her sober. And that's not me being an arsehole, but I'm just going to say this. If you don't want somebody butting into your life and making comments about you, don't do it to them because they're going to retaliate. So this is me retaliating back. Oh, sorry, you involved yourself into my life after I was lied about. What right do you people have to involve yourself into my life? Anyone, to be honest. So, I don't want to hear the fact that my ex-partner, Gio, or Jonathan Craig and Salvo, or whatever he wants to go under, because he is from country town Adelaide, and I've already explained this out. I don't care what he rings people and says. I didn't ring you and say it. I don't care. Okay, I've been saying this since I was lied about in 2015 and then again in 2016. Oh, and then I find he involves organisations like, oh, God, more crap. Oh, that's right, Giovanni was a carer. Yeah, no, he wasn't. Giovanni's a scammer that's going to go to jail for it. And he is. Because I've been too kind and forgiving, and I've just had my life destroyed. People want to know, oh, why doesn't he talk to his mother's family? Why would I? Here I am after I was mugged, November 30th, 2007, on my way home from work. And that's no one's business except for my own. So it shouldn't be getting repeated. So whatever was going on with me recovering from that is just recovering physical health injuries and so forth. And I'm thinking, shit, what am I going to do? I'm meant to be off recovering, and I know me, I can't sit still. So I went back to my TAFE college studies because I had studied design in the past. I'd studied design, I'd done work in design, I studied arts, I'd done work in art. So, my 1996 and my 1997 TAFE college studies were both art and design. So I'll go back to design. So in 2009, I studied Design Events Illustration Certificate 4 at Enmore Design Centre, and I received a credit for my pass in Design a Wearable Object, as you can see here. Design a Wearable Object. Design a Wearable Object. That's me wearing my design. I studied design. I passed design. I've received a credit in design. I worked in design. However, I've done nothing with design since 2012. And the reason being is solely me who doesn't want people to know the fact that I end up having a bad chronic fatigue and immune issue. So it shouldn't be getting passed around. This is all my design work. My design work. Mine. Even my notes, my handwritten notes, because we're talking about a long time ago when I did design. Everything's changed since when I did design. My work that I worked hard for. That was crap, actually, that part. That was my first sort of thing of, yeah, I didn't like it anyway. My work. And then people turn around and go, oh, but why is Justin so angry at everybody? We just wanted to help. Oh, God. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What you wanted was attention. You wanted to be a martyr. It's like, do you have do you want a medal or a chest to pin it on? Because I loved when I was lied about. No, I didn't love it, but I was lied about in 2015, slandered. And then I'm finding out in 2015 there was a lot of information said about me since even 2009 that wasn't true. And I'm like, oh God, that's not true. And I turned to my family in 2015. I called my mother and said, I just been lied about. This is what's going on. It's not true. I need to correct it. I've got a green card. I hold a DV1 green card to US. So I need this resolved because there's things that I'm working towards before I move to the US, and I need to move before my 10-year green card's up for renewal in 24. I said that. I told my mother, I told my family, I told my twin sister that there's information that's been said about me that isn't true. Here's the information. I need it corrected. You know, they didn't correct it. No, they didn't want to correct it. They wanted to do what they wanted to do. They only would do what they want to do, not what someone needs or what someone else has asked. And do you know why this is the case? This is because they are toxic people. My mother, my mother's sisters, my family. I could honestly say, predominantly of women, they are very toxic, control freak, narcissistic, vindictive. That's what they are. They don't want to do something to help. They want to do something that makes them look like they're helping. That's what they want. And I stood back in my life going, wow, I've been asking so many people since 2015, can you not? Can you not get involved? This doesn't concern you. Can you butt out? This does not concern you. This bullshit of making up stories, don't do it. Because if you're interfering in my life and you're making up stories, which you are, and it's causing me damage, then I'm going to turn around and do the same to you. And you're going to not like it. And you're going to feel exactly what I'm explaining to you. So people who don't want their life, you know, like I can turn to people and say, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you involved yourself in my life. Why? Did I ask you to? No, I didn't. Did I ask you to help with one thing I needed help with? And I said to people back years ago, God, I need a solicitor to verify the information that I've got, correct the false information, and stop these lies from continuing. Excuse me. Still got the flu at the moment. Continuing. And it didn't. I mean, I even had pneumonia in 2016 when I'm like, can you fucking leave me alone? I've got pneumonia I'm trying to recover from. May 2016, after being on high quantities of prednisone gave me pneumonia. And I told people, leave me alone. Do you know, I got harassed by my mum's fucking little bitch sister, the baby of the family. And I'm like, can you stop? No, because they're entitled women. And I've seen this too much, where certain women, they really do think that they are so entitled. Oh, the legal system doesn't apply to me. I can do whatever I want. Then when you turn around and you do it back, they get their back up. A great example of this is I got harassed by a Mind Dog organization and some other social workers and support workers. And I rang them and said, can you stop? And they did it again. Came into my area of residence and harassed me. And I rang them again and said, I just told you. Do not come into my fucking area. You were told. Stop harassing me. Then they put a notice into police because I rang them and through a phone, and they said, oh, they got harassed over the phone. I said to the police, they got a phone call from me to say stop coming to my area. You're going to tell me they're not coming to my area when they did? Here's the dates. So yeah, I called them and said, don't fucking come into my area and harass me. So you see how women behave? Oh, we're entitled. Oh, we can do whatever we want. The law doesn't apply to me. Well, yeah, it does. It applies to everybody. So I thought, tit for tat. You want to involve yourself into my life, I'll do it to you. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to realize this. It's like, have a good hard think about what I know about you. I mean, that goes, and it's sad to say, I mean, like I said to people, I said, oh, Belinda Jeffries might want to have a good hard think when she came to my apartment in October 2016 and brought Walter Kennard with her. And, Walter Kennard brought all that cocaine. Was it off Monty or Bush? And supplied, Belinda Jeffries' birthday. Mind you, I did get a toxicology report the day after because during that period of time, I was going through bad immune issues, so anything would have showed up in my system. I was getting a lot of blood tests and a lot of urine tests because I had a chronic illness at the time. So I wasn't doing anything. So I backed myself up. But these other people are screwed because I'm sitting back going, you're involving yourself into my life. You think you're that entitled. Costing me money. This is my money, my assets, my belongings that I worked hard for. And then you want to turn around and find out how I made my money? Who are you? The only person that I need to have this discussion with is a solicitor to say, I need this defamation discrimination corrected. I've been defamed, I've been discriminated against. So here's the information. That's the person who I need. Solicitor, say, there we go. Go after these organisations that are harassing me. Victim of defamation, discrimination, then privacy and prying issues and so forth, and then more lies about me and more lies where I started sitting back going, people really want to have a good hard think because I'm not going to back down. I put the hard work in my life and I got lied about. And then people can think, but who was it calling you? It wasn't me that called you. So who was it? Because I wasn't me. I didn't involve people in my life. So who was it? Who was the person that called you? Who was the one that was lying about Justin and slandering Justin? Who is the one that was causing the damage? Or a selective group of people that was doing it to Justin. Not to mention that Justin did have his life monitored, surveillanced almost. Well, I would say it's practically been bugged. I mean, that's how annoying it was. I mean, because we're talking about real full-on privacy invasion and prying. I've actually got statements because, there is Freedom of Information Act. So through the Freedom of Information Act, I've paid for documents and I've actually got statements where people have admitted coming into my area of residence to pry in my life. It's in a statement. We've walked around Justin's apartment building in Justin's area to try and sight him, looked up on his balcony to see if we could see him through the windows, tried to gain access into Justin's apartment building. All this is criminal. Yeah, I've got it in documents from 2017. That's criminal. So I look at even people who involve these people, I think, oh, okay. You've got a very, that whole saying people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I've got information on you. So to get you back, like you've involved yourself in my life, well, you don't want me involving myself into yours. But tit for tat. You see, you broke the law. And I'm going to make sure as hell that's known. People will need to be really careful before getting involved or, break in. Oh, here we go. Here's sorry, I'm just flipping through here. My in-class work. This is either Rob's handwriting or Julia on my work where he was saying what he liked. So basically my teacher, so I got a credit for my design a wearable object work. It was all in-class work. So I worked really hard in design. And I did. I deserved that credit. What I don't deserve is defamation, discrimination. What I don't deserve is to be lied about and denied the truth. I need a solicitor. And I tell you what, I don't accept this leftist bullshit of making everything about trauma and, oh, but what has this person done to you? What did this person do? I'm there saying I've got lied about in 2015. I'm getting harassed by organisations. I want these organisations completely removed out of my life. I want those who cause this trouble before this starts costing me severe damages in my life. I want these people held accountable and saying, stop interfering in Justin's life. You've just caused him damage. How many times does he have to move? He's trying to stay settled in Sydney to do what he's doing in his life before he relocates to the US before his green card's up for 10-year renewal in 2024. Now, that's Justin's hard-earned money, that's his assets, that's his belongings, that's his life. You don't interfere. Nobody has a right to involve themselves in someone else's life, especially when that person keeps saying, stop, you are causing me damage. You're costing me damage. Stop. This went on for family members. My mother, my insane mother, kept driving to Sydney, even though she was told, can you not? What are you doing? You're a fucking lunatic. Why do you keep coming to Sydney? She actually gained access into my apartment building in April 2017. Yeah, somebody let her into it, into a secured building, onto a secured floor, into a secured lift. It was probably Deb Mears or Michael Long. Now, I look at the people that have got involved into my life and I think, I'm sorry you might have been involved for whatever way, but I look at some people's lives and think, all right, they deal with a lot of criminals, whether they like it or not. For an example, you might deal with someone and look at their life and think, God, they use drugs. God, they smoke a lot of, cannabis and use a lot of cocaine and use a lot of drugs and so forth. Well, those people, God, they must know a lot of criminals to be able to do that behavior. I'm going to keep a mind note of that. Because one day you're going to need somebody like that. Because one day you're going to need a heavy to go around to people that harass your life, Justin, and say, right, I know something about this person. Now, I can easily forget about the information I know and hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. But that means I want something in return. Oh, you think that, what, cannabis and cocaine is nothing? Oh, okay. Let's see what a magistrate thinks. Distributing cocaine. Let's see what a magistrate thinks. See, I'm that cunning. That I am that fucking cunning. Believe me. I will stand in front of a magistrate. So I suggest that people who know what I know about them, it's like, oh, well, who harassed Justin's life? Who started involving these groups and organisations? Was it his auntie, Miriam Mahowski? What is his mother? Who was it? Because how much does this cost Justin in damages? Now, we all know Justin loves his money and his assets and his belongings that he's worked pretty hard for in his city living home environment. You don't want to upset Justin. Intelligent people wouldn't upset me. Friends would know better than to involve themselves in my life. A friend would come to me and be transparent and say, Justin, this was said about you. Now, I know your nature, and if I try to involve myself in it, you are going to make me an enemy. So I'm going to be honest to you and say, that was said. If you need me to help resolve anything, tell me what you want me to do and I will help you. So if I say, well, people shouldn't be making up stories about me and involving people, groups and organisations into my life, should they? No, then I want it to stop. So find the person who said this bullshit about me and make them stop.